Hi, I'm Chris. This is Mullered Plays and some news. My Football Manager content that has been sitting originally on F Mullered, which has now been renamed to Mullered Sports, is going to move to Mullered Plays. Now, I've done that for a couple of reasons. One, I'm enjoying going to the football. I go at short notice, so there's some weeks where I go sort of Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and therefore I'm taking videos out of the sports channel, the FM videos out, so I can just put the football ones in. So rather than doing that, I thought, you know what, I'm playing a game. I've got Mullered Plays where I play games, so it just makes sense to start moving my FM content to that channel. So from the 28th of this month, October, we'll move this Manchester series to Plays, and that will complete on that channel. And then the next save I have planned will run immediately after that. So that's my plans. And I just thought, while I'm here, I'll show you some footage of other saves that I've done this year. I've been playing Football Manager since the very beginning, really. So I've been Championship Manager to begin with, and then I joined the Football Manager. I stayed with SI, and I've loved Football Manager from the very beginning. I've spent far too many hours playing it, and it's only going to get better. Now I've got this channel, and I'll just keep creating the content, putting it out, and hopefully you find people will watch it. So I now just give you some of the saves that I've done this year, and you can have a nosy and see what I've done. Rightio, so this is a save. Well, this is the first save I did. Now I'll hold my hands up. I am a Portsmouth supporter. And I started off with Portsmouth, some strange reason, and we can see from their history, if I can find it, it's one of these. I must have picked, where are we? We're in League One. So we've gone from League One, perhaps that was it there. We won the Championship, and now we are in the Premier Division. We're predicted to finish 20th. I haven't touched this save since December last year, and we can see that Reagan Paul is still around, and he's my captain, and we've got Ryan Yates. So if we have a quick peek at transfers, Axel Tuzambi, he's joining on the 1st of July 2026, 2.3 million. Right, so we've signed him on loan, and he's going to be joining the club at the end of the season. So, yet to play. It must have been a fairly recent thing. Out the door, Zach Swanson? No, not gone. So, we've spent 74 million. We've brought in Tino Angerin. So, he was on loan with Portsmouth in League One. He's obviously gone back to Chelsea, didn't play, and I've been able to pick him up. And to be fair, 2 goals, 2 assists in 5 games, at 7.26. It looks like he's had a cracking good start. Alex Robertson, he's another former loanee. He's at Cardiff now. We signed a couple of million. But here we can see he had 1 game for Man City before being on loan to Blackpool, played a season in the Championship, and he's had 2 games at 6.9, so not too bad. Hannibal, the former Man United youngster, I believe. Yeah, we've signed him on a free, 5 games, 6.54, so he hasn't really done too much. Sam Tickle, he's a goalkeeper from them lot down the road. He is obviously in as a backup goalkeeper, even at 3.1 million. Oh, they signed him from Wigan, look, so yeah, yet to play a competitive game anyway. So he's in, and he's obviously gone for the future. Mika Hamilton, He's come in from Man City. Look, he's another Man City youngster yet to play. Jerome Apopku. He has come in from Portugal, apparently. Aruca, whoever they might be. He's played 4 games, 6-7-2. He doesn't look too bad to compare to him. Another centre back. Jonathan Rowe, right side midfielder. Yes, I remember him. Not necessarily from this game, but he looks pretty decent for this level. 37.5 million, so we really splashed the cash there. And he's got some decent potential. Sydney Van Hooijdonk. This was in the previous season, that £300,000 sign-in. 5 games, 3 goals. So if that's from wide right, then certainly laughing. It's been so long since I've played this. Dear oh dear, there's lots and lots of signings. Calvin Ramsey, forgotten right back at the Liverpool side from Aberdeen, if I remember rightly. And we've signed him for big money. I think that's probably a bad mistake. We've seen Zambi, Filippo Missouri, a right back. Another striker. He's come off the bench. He's got a goal. So this was my first save. And as you can see, I haven't played it in a very, very long time. So it's one of those where I get very frustrated with Portsmouth being crap. So the fact that I got hit this far suggests it was going well, and I'm sure things were just about to turn. Can we see what media predictions were? We were 1,001 relegation certs. So us, Middlesbrough and Wolves all came up. History. Past winners. No, where do I need to go for stages is what I want. So we can see Man City won the league in 24-25. In 23-24, Liverpool won it. If we jump down, Sky Bet Championship. Oh, that was nice. Oh no, it's early doors. It's not the same season. So, Wolves won, we came second. 6 points in it, so that's quite a bit. I don't want to do it's this one. And if we go back a couple of seasons, we can see we won the league. You can see Wigan and Reading lost points. We got 105 points, so we had a pretty good year. Reading came second with 4 more points out of had 102, so that was a close run thing. In actual fact, they had 1 more defeat than us. So it was a lot closer than that. So that was my Portsmouth save. So that was my first introduction into FM24. I played that, and obviously a few seasons. I parked it so I could actually play a different game. I was actually doing a journeyman save. So let's go on to that one next. Okay, so we're now on to my journeyman save, and we are actually at Valenciennes. So this was around about Christmas time. There was a lot going on at work. We started up a bit of a group at work, and there was a few suggestions here and there, and I basically decided, right, I'm going to do a journeyman. I'm going to start unemployed and see where I ended up. So if we're 2034 there. My profile, no, I'd find it eventually, and here it is. So I started out, I think we fast forwarded until the date it was actually at, and I then got basically holidayed until a job application was accepted and someone gave me an interview. And the first team to do that was French national side, US Avalanche's Mont Saint-Michel. So this little provincial town with a provincial 2,000 capacity stadium. I took over there, and first season we finished 10th. The second season we ran away and won the French National League. So we earned my first trophy, and things were on the up. I don't know. Can we see some history from all the way back then? Let's go. Right. How many of these names do I recognise? When did Owen Dale? Who is Owen Dale? Ah, yes, I would have signed him. So I'm guessing around about September kind of time, maybe a bit sooner. I took charge, and as you can see, I spent a lot of money and sold a few players. The following year was our championship winning season, and it was down pretty much to, if I can find it, I'm fairly certain. Did I sign Charlie Patino that season, or was it the season after? There he is, Charlie Patino. If we go all the way back, he was released, we picked him up, he played 32 games, 2 goals, 9 assists, 707, and was superb. So he was really the catalyst for winning the league, and we did rather well. We did make a few sales. Anyone remarkable? Owen Dale. So I'd signed him previously, sold him back to the UK, and he went to Oxford. And then the summer we spent building for the Ligue 2. And as you can see, spent some money, brought some players in, and it was around about that time, after about 5 games, suddenly I was offered a chance. And as I was doing a journeyman, it wasn't, one club won. We were looking basically to see where we'd end up, and we went to Valenciennes in Ligue 2. So Valenciennes at the time would have had a far smaller stadium. With me around, we built a new stadium and expanded it. And as you can see, I am one of the 2 legends of the club, certainly in this safe. And there we spent a number of years. So the first season we finished 5th. The second season we won Ligue 2. And then straight away we were good enough to finish in the top 3 and then top 2. So one season in the Ligue 1 we finished 3rd, and then after that we were battling out 1st or 2nd. And it was a further 2 years before we actually won the title, and then we've won it 4 years on the trot. And as you can see there, it was quite a trophy haul in that final season, really. Although saying that, we won Trophy des Champions and the UEFA Super Cup there. Here, Club World Championship, Trophy des Champions, UEFA Super Cup, Ligue 1, French Cup, and UEFA Champions League. UEFA Champions League, Trophy des Champions, Ligue 1. And that was just Ligue 1. So, Ligue 1 and the Trophy of Champions. So, 2-time champions of Europe then, and 4 times champions of France. And it got to a stage where it was just relatively easy. If we have a look at the schedule here, it's only a friendly. No, it's not. It's UEFA Super Cup. It wasn't even close, look. So Tottenham, obviously, UK side, you would expect them to be half decent. We probably won't recognise too many players. But it kind of 44 shots, 19 on target, an XG of 6.5 and scored 13 goals. So it does suggest that we were, or are, quite a decent side. And Fortes is quite a player. So, a 5-star player. Our coach said world class. And you can't really deny that. So, with all that, it was just, you know what, it's just too much. We're winning, and we're winning quite comfortably. As you can see here, big games. it was when you start beating Paris. We beat them there 3-2. We drew 0-0. I'm fairly certain we absolutely stuffed them in one game. There we go, 5-1. Towards the end of the season. And it was like, okay, they've just given up. And you can see we just went on a huge winning run. So it's quite a squad of players. And once you get a squad of players quite like that, there's just no real point. And some of these are superstars. But the one story I do have with this guy is we were lining them up. Man United came in and basically stole him from me. 2 years later, I've stolen him back. So that is a tremendous side. And you look how young they are. I bet if I were to fast forward this save for 5 years, it would be dominance for Valencians. I have no doubt about it. Finance-wise, 21 million in the bank, loads of transfer budget, loads of wage budget, and what transfers have we got? And this is all I was doing after that, was just 4.5, 5-star potential players, bringing them in. Transfer history this year, spent 6 million and sent out 18. So Etienne Green, a backup goalkeeper, simply because he's played in France before. Durge. Oh no, that's wrong. It's this year, look. Idiot. Lamine Traoré, 5-star potential, 17-year-old Gambian, coming from Espanyol. Strange that he's 17 and allowed to come in. 17-year-old Italian. This one's only 4-star, so he's got no future. And then Mamadou Kamara, the 19-year-old. Has he recently turned? Eligibility? No. That's a strange one for me. But it's 5-star potential. So basically that's what I was looking at. And then you're selling players, half-decent players at decent profit, no doubt. PRP, for instance, signed him for £5.5 million. He's gone years later. The £38 million profit. So all in all, it just got too easy. And you know, at some point, your save is, well, I've done everything, so it's like, it's time to end it. So it was at round about this time that I decided, you know what, YouTube's for me, and I started creating the Darlow to the Prem content and putting that out. I had the channel F Mullered, FM, but the F Mullered. So it was all related to this. I started doing that. Then my editor, my daughter, said her friends were suggesting, oh, why didn't you play this game? Why didn't you play that game? So I started playing those games, and some of them were picking up and doing okay. So I was like, well, rather than just bombard this FM channel with games content, I created another channel, Mullered Plays, and now I'm doing it again. It's another revolution. So we're moving. I started the FA Cup this year, and I've loved going out to these non-league grounds. It's so much fun. It's so pure. So it's great. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm now just waiting on the FA Cup draw to see who Kettering get. If they're away from home, I will no doubt try and get a ticket and go to visit that one, unless, of course, the BBC pick it up for the TV. So that is my one proviso. I don't want to be competing with the BBC. So we'll see. So that was my next save. I did do a little interim save in between, and I did that whilst travelling to Valenciennes itself. So I travelled to Valenciennes in France. I did it on public transport, so I literally walked down to the local bus stop, got on the bus there. We got onto the biggest town nearby, and caught the train down to London. Then got on the Eurostar across to Lille, and from Lille got another provincial train to Valenciennes, and had a hotel in the square there. And there's a number of videos on my Mullered travels, and for some reason, it's probably best it's on there out of the way. The match day vlog that I did at Valenciennes was rather rubbish. Even some of the poor stuff I started with, this one's even worse. The camera I had at the time wasn't particularly good. It rained, so I put the rain cover on, and therefore you got no microphone. So it was all little things like that. But on the travel over, I decided, right, let's create another journeyman and see where I end up. So sent out a load of applications, and straight away, the very next day, I was picked up by Young Reds. So Young Reds is a under-23 team for Antwerp. So it was like, okay. And you see the finances. The Young Reds wage budget of 18, currently spending 37. I've got no ability whatsoever to affect that. We've got various players. All are passing through the Antwerp team. So Anthony Valencia, I don't know if that counts towards my budget or theirs. But either way, he's 21, so he can play. But the restrictions on this league are so horrendous. We managed to do one season. So it's the Belgian First National Amateur Division. It's just horrendous. But we did all right. We came third. It was enough not to get promoted. And the one good thing is it gave me the opportunity to basically do a number of, he says number on National B. It gave me the opportunity to do a coaching course and a boost of the profile. So if I wanted to, I could then go off and try and get a proper job somewhere else. And yeah, it's an interesting thing, the fact that your first job as a journeyman with you're Sunday league footballer, no reputation, no courses or anything like that, and they pay you $3,000 a week. It was a no-brainer. It's like, yeah, we'll do that. So, and it was this save here that gave me the idea for what will be my first save in FM25, my rags to riches. So it will be, we'll do a journeyman, we'll go anywhere, and we'll just see where we end up. And it's all about the money. So at some point, we'll get a job, we'll take that, and then as other job offers come in, we'll take those and just keep going until we're probably in a Premiership position, earning 100 and something thousand a week. And we'll just have a top limit of when we hit this, the save ends. So that's the general plan, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was Young Reds. That has been my last save. There's no point showing you the players. They're all Antwerp players, and I haven't been able to buy anyone, sell anyone, and all I was able to do was say, we've got an under-18 side there. Let's grab a few of those players and put them in, because they need to be, I think it's down here, look. 9 players trained by Young Reds 3 years before their 21st birthday. 12 players trained in Belgium 3 years. So to actually get a team out each week, you had to you're only allowed 2 players over the age of 21 and about 1 foreign player. That's what it felt like. That's in your match day squad. So it was just a tough save. And obviously with Darlow to the Prem coming out immediately after Valenciennes, it's meant I've not had any time whatsoever to play this one. And it's probably going to stay that way. So, yeah, that's my FM saves for this year. We've obviously got Darlow to the Prem just ended. We've got the Turn in Manchester Red, which was sort of invented basically to cover the 6-week period between the time when I started it and the November 26th release date of FM25. So I started recording for it, and lo and behold, Sports Interactive said, no, the game's not coming out then. It's coming out in March. So all of a sudden, it's, right, I've got a plan again. And we'll get the Turning Manchester Red one done. It should only be a few weeks. And then we'll be on to, hopefully, my final save in the FM24. And we can look forward to doing that, completing that, and then on to FM25, and as soon as it's out, it'll be rags to riches. Right, that's it. Hopefully this has gone over quite well, and fingers crossed we'll see you for some more FM content on Mullered Plays. Thanks for watching. Ta-da.